And we begin this hour with this breaking news. Donald Trump just announced that he is now not going to testify at his New York civil trial tomorrow. Just moments ago, in a long, rambling Truth Social sentiment, Trump said, quote, "I have already testified to everything and have nothing more to say other than that this is a complete and total election interference Biden campaign witch hunt that will do nothing but keep businesses out of New York. I will not be testifying on Monday." That from the former president. So for days, though, Trump had vowed that he would be retaking the witness stand tomorrow in the high-stakes trial that threatens his real estate business. New York Attorney General Letitia James is suing Trump for $250 million and seeking to bar him from doing business in the state. CNN's Zachary Cohen joining us now. Zach, what more do we know about this, sudden change of heart?
Yeah, Fred, clearly a reversal here from Donald Trump, who had seemed adamant that he wanted to take the stand for a second time in this New York civil trial. Now, as you mentioned, posting on Truth Social just moments ago that he will not be testifying. In all caps, he says, will not be testifying on Monday. He goes on to continue to attack prosecutors and the judge in this case, calling it election interference, witch hunt, some familiar terms and familiar attacks that we've seen from Trump, not only in this case, but in others. But I want to play some sound from Trump's lawyer, Lena Habba, from just the other day when she said that lawyers had advised Trump not to take the stand again, but that he was adamant about doing so anyway. Listen to what she said to reporters just a few days ago.
He still wants to take the stand, even though my advice is at this point, you should never take the stand with a gag order. But he is so firmly against what is happening in this court and so firmly for the old America that we know, not this America, that he will take that stand on Monday. He will open himself up to whatever they want because he's not afraid. People that are afraid cower. President Trump doesn't cower. We'll be back on Monday.
President Trump doesn't cower. That was what she said about his willingness and desire to testify again. But just this afternoon, Trump walking that back, clearly, saying that he's already testified and that he has no reason to take the stand again. So an interesting kind of comparison there between the statement from Trump's lawyer a few days ago and now this decision to no longer testify on Monday in the New York civil case.
Yeah, interesting indeed. All right, Zach Cohen, thank you so much. Tell us if you learn anything more. All right, right now, joining me to talk more about this is Harry Litman. He is a former U.S. attorney and a former deputy assistant attorney general. Great to see you, Harry. So your reaction to Trump's decision to no longer take the stand tomorrow?
Yeah, I wasn't particularly surprised. I'd always thought that was kind of posturing and that he might well back down at the event. It's the smarter legal move. He's got very little to gain. He would probably have taken the stand and given the same kind of infomercial that Donald Trump Jr. gave, but it wouldn't have gone to the evidence. And most dangerously, he would have faced cross-examination, which is, the rules really permit a probing yes or no set of answers. And that could have put him in hot water for either having to tell the truth or commit perjury. So this is a case that he already realizes he's going to lose. And the only value, when it goes up on appeal, they're going to ask, did the judge below have enough there to say he was guilty? And whatever he might have added on his side of the ledger wouldn't really affect it anyway. Plus, he has really nothing to say, I think, other than the magnificence of his empire and the like, and that wasn't going to impress the judge at all.
Yeah, so perhaps the prosecution was really looking forward to him taking the stand again tomorrow because, there might be a misstep. That cross-examination moment could be pivotal for them. So then now, how does the prosecution redirect, if it even needs to, since he is no longer making himself available in the morning?
Yeah, you're certainly right. They knew he might have been faking, but somebody's been staying up all weekend with, constructing very, very surgical questions. Now what happens? The prosecution has a couple, we're told, pretty ministerial, quick work witnesses. And then it goes to the judge, who will probably ask each side for what the lawyers call conclusions of law and statements of fact. And he'll choose among them. And within about 3 weeks or so, I think a blistering shellacking of Trump and company will emerge from the judge, and then it will go up on appeal. But I think that's what we can now expect. And I think, a couple days from now, all the evidence will be in.
So those statements of fact, that would be like a closing argument, something you'd see in another kind of trial, like a criminal trial, for example. But since this is a civil fraud, you're talking about the statement of fact that the judge will then review before rendering a decision on paying up.
That's exactly right. Each side gets to say, here are the facts that the evidence shows. Here are the conclusions of law, and those are the building blocks of his eventual decision. They will be night and day, believe me, in difference from Trump's team and the AG, and you can expect him to mainly go with the AG. But it's customary for him to give each side a sort of shot at submitting those.
Okay. Harry Litman, great to see you. Thanks so much for that breakdown.
Thanks, Fred.
All right.